hours of service are out. Let's see what you guys think, and I'll go over a few of them, give you guys my take on it and how I think. So, number one is the flexibility for the 30-minute break rule by tying the break requirement to the 8 hours of driving time without interruption for at least 30 minutes and allowing the break to be satisfied by a driver using on-duty, non-driving status rather than off-duty. Pretty much in a sense what they're saying is you drive 8 consecutive hours, you have to take a 30-minute break logged on duty instead of off duty, how we normally would have to do it. But we have to do, the original rule is you'd have to take a 30-minute break within an 8-hour window. Whether you're working or not, once you start your clock, 8 hours, you got to take a 30-minute break within that window. Me, nobody drives 8 consecutive hours anymore. You're kind of stupid if you do. You got to take your eyes off the road. You got to. So my suggestion on this part would be, if you're not going to get rid of the 30-minute break and you're only going to make us 8 consecutive hours having to take one, that's going to give dispatchers and companies more of pressure to, well, you can drive 8 hours straight, you can get here, why are you shut down? It's just, it causes too much. I'd say let us split that 30-minute break up within that 8-hour window, because I'll stop 2-3 times within an 8-hour window, use the restroom, grab something to drink, stretch my legs. So let us be able to compile, because with these ELDs we can log every minute, every second what we're doing. So why not give us the flexibility of allowing us just to compile them? That's my take on that one. What are your takes? Leave a comment on that one. The second one is modifying the sleeper berth exception to allow drivers to split the required 10 hours off duty into 2 periods. One period of at least 7 consecutive hours in the sleeper berth, and the other period of at least 2 consecutive hours either off duty or in the sleeper berth. Neither period would count against the driver's 14-hour window. So pretty much what they're saying is they're going to bring the 7 and 3 back, which is pretty decent. That's what I think, because I mean, the last, I think, statistic out there is most drivers out there only get about 6.5 hours of sleep a night. You just really don't sleep that well in trucks, and most of us, that's how we are. I operate on about 6 hours myself, sometimes less. It's just how I've always been. There's times I sleep a little bit longer, but I'm pretty stoked about that. From what I was reading on a couple other articles, they're also going to still keep the 8 and 2 split. They're going to give us the option between the 7 and 3 and the 8 and 2. That's so far what I've taken on that. What are your thoughts on that? Do you like it? Is it something that you're looking forward to? Let me know. Leave a comment on this one. I'm going to post all these down in the description so you guys can read over it, look at it. I'm also going to leave the FMCSA website where these proposed rules are taking place at in the description below. And we'll get on to the next. The third one that they're proposing is allowing one off-duty break of at least 30 minutes, but not more than 3 hours that would pause a driver's 14-hour window, provided the driver takes 10 consecutive hours off duty at the end of the work shift. This is the one that I'm pretty excited about, because I don't know how many times I've been at a shipper and they take 4 hours to get me unloaded when I'm sitting in the sleeper berth anyways. I can stop my 14 instead of running out of time there or having to shut down on an on-ramp or something, because I just don't have the time to get to a truck stop. This is the one I'm actually pretty stoked about, being able to pause that 14-hour break. I'd like to see more detail and more clarification from them on what we're allowed to do with that and how it works. It's pretty simple so far, but we know how DOT is and how they pass things down. It can get kind of confusing, so on and so forth. So I'd like to see a little more how we're allowed to use this. On the next one, modifying to adverse driving conditions exemption by extending the 2 hours maximum window during which driving is permitted. So bad weather, anything adverse, unexpected traffic, like you get slammed in Atlanta. That's one of the places I travel through all the time. Louisville, Nashville, all these major cities, you just sometimes you roll through in the middle of the afternoon not expecting traffic, and boom, there's an accident and you're slammed for the next 3.5 hours, 4 hours. So giving you that 2 hour window to get to a safe haven, I like, but they definitely need to clarify what we can do, because I mean, get it right, a lot of us drivers will nickel and dime every bit we can get out of it. So there needs to be a lot of clarification on that. So, and the fifth one, changing the short haul exemption available to certain commercial drivers by lengthening the driver's maximum on-duty period from 12 to 14 hours and extending the distance limit within the which the driver may operate from 100 air miles to 150 air miles. So pretty much, used to be 12-hour shift, it's all you could drive within 100 air mile. Now they're going to extend that to 14 hours, 150 air miles. Pretty self-explanatory. I don't really go by this too much, so I haven't really looked into it or researched it pretty in depth, but so far those are the 5 keys that they're looking at changing. I'm pretty stoked about them. What do you guys think? You think this is in a good direction? Do you think it's a bad direction? Let me know in the comments below, and maybe we can discuss it. And I'll post an update video on where they're going with it and what changes might have been made. We'll keep following this, but make sure there is also a period that they're giving us a comment time where we can go to the website and we can give our opinions. I don't know why more drivers are not doing this, because this affects all of us. We need to go in there and give our comments if we want things to change for the better. If you want more flexibility, you got to go in here and make sure you voice your opinion. Because if you only let 5,000 drivers dictate what the other millions of us are going to be allowed to do, if you don't voice your opinion, you have no right to complain. That's the same thing as voting. If you don't vote, you don't have a right to complain. So make sure you go to the website and follow this. This is something that's a pretty big deal, because they're finally listening to us. They're finally starting to make some changes, because they're realizing what they already said is not making anything safer. We're always having to fight the clock. It's pushing us to get to a degree. We don't have that flexibility we need. So this, I think, is a step in the right direction. So till next time, drivers, be safe.